Hi there, I'm Katrina Bos with Fusion Tantra, and I want to talk about the difference between making love and just having sex. We can have the greatest sex life, we can have orgasms, we can have all kinds of things, but a lot of us afterwards we're sitting there going, I think there's supposed to be more. You know, it's like some deep thing inside of us says there's supposed to be fireworks. I'm supposed to have my mind blown. I'm just supposed to just something more than this. I don't know what it is, but there's something more. And even afterwards, you kind of roll over and you think, how come I don't feel more connected to you? How come I kind of actually feel less connected to you than I did before when we were all horny and stuff, So you kind of ask yourselves, like, there's two pieces. There's like the actual act of making love that kind of eludes us. Maybe once in a while we had a taste of it and think, oh, I wish I could get back to that point. I don't know how to even recreate what happened. And then there's that after thing that says that this act of making love should have made us closer. It should have deepened our relationship kind of for the rest of our life. So this is the big deal. And this is the big difference between kind of what normal people consider, or what society, not normal people, but what society considers to be a normal sex life, and what Tantra describes as a truly intimate experience with another human. The number one step towards having this experience of making love with your partner is actually changing the goal of what you're doing. The bottom line is, we all run under the idea that we're trying to make babies. It's kind of all we know. We're not taught anything. We start off, we're told don't have sex, and if you do, use a condom. So we basically revert to what our bodies understand. And our deepest understanding is make babies, create the next generation. So this becomes the framework for our entire sexual experience. We got to get in, we got to ejaculate, and, if we're lucky, we figure out some fun ways to really make it pleasurable. But the framework is still around procreative sex. That is just if we want to make babies. The reality is making love is a whole nother thing, because the intention of making love is to connect with this other person that we love and to have great pleasure. And these bodies are designed for phenomenal pleasure. We have emotional bodies and spiritual bodies, and you hear about the fact that we're made of energy and all that kind of thing. Those are the pieces that we actually bring in to this amazing multidimensional experience that sex can be. And this is what Tantra is all about. Tantra means to weave, to actually weave all those pieces together, and then to actually weave all those pieces of ourselves with another person. So the number one step is changing the goal, which means the goal isn't ejaculation, which for a lot of men is like, what? Like, why would I bother? And it's not against men, it's just the number one thing that is said. It's like, but that's how I'm supposed to do it. It's a deep primal wiring that says, but ejaculation's the point, right? And it is, if you want to make babies. But the truth is that ejaculation and orgasm are two different things. Men can have orgasm without ejaculation in the same way that women can have orgasm without ejaculation. And as soon as you take out the ejaculation goal, suddenly everybody's goal becomes pleasure in the moment and actually connecting with this beautiful human that you're lucky enough to be intimate with. So if that's the number one thing you take away right now, if you go away and you think, okay, what if we just didn't aim for coming? What if we just aimed for pleasure? What if we went back to heavy petting and fun, and you can still have intercourse, but that there's no goal, there's no mountain to climb to climax off of. You just have beautiful orgasmic energy through the whole thing. And this may be just enough for you to go away and play with. And that's awesome. But I will tell you, and not that this is the big upsell, but Tantra is a beautiful, beautiful tradition to study. It's beautiful philosophically, it's beautiful spiritually, and it is so beautiful in our intimate relationships, in our partnerships, in our relationships with our children, how we interact. It heals us. It's so beautiful. It is a beautiful, beautiful, well, it's kind of the funnest hobby really in the whole world, in my opinion. So anyway, this is a great thing to get started, but if you want to continue study, if you'd like to go a little deeper, or a lot deeper, then we have all kinds of great courses here. We have 3 courses online. One is starting in March, and it's awesome. It's called Sacred Sexuality. And the nice thing is with this kind of thing is you get to do it online, you get to study in the privacy of your own home, you can be anonymous, and it's sort of a safe, I don't know, nice place to start. Nobody has to know what you're studying, and it's a little embarrassing sometimes to even admit, what? How can I be like this old and not know this? It's kind of my number one thing is, I so wish I'd learned this 20 years ago. But we're playing with it now. I hope you join us, and if you don't, definitely go and play with this idea of non-ejaculation. I mean, if it happens, it's okay. Excitement's all good. But it's a really, really interesting thing to shift our focus to pleasure and connection as opposed to procreation. Because all the parts still work, and all this beautiful sexual energy then can flow through our entire body, from the tips of our toes up to the top of our head. It's the most beautiful, amazing, expansive experience you'll ever have. So thank you very much. I'm Katrina Bos with Fusion Tantra. Maybe we'll get to see you later. Bye.